We will create the following 3D model using Catia V5. As you can see right here, I have a model with a sketch with this shape suited along this axis, and right here I have a hole along this axis, right? So the first thing that we have to take into account here is the information within the engineering draw, the dimension exactly. And right here I have 3 views. This is an advice, and for when you want to create a 3D model, you have to start, or you should start, with the view that contains the most information possible. As you can see, this is the one that contains the most information possible, so I'm going to start creating this view, right? The second thing is the dimensions, right? Exactly the unit system that it's using. Since I cannot find information about the unit system next to the dimension, then I'm gonna look it within the engineering draw, maybe in a note. That information usually comes within a box, taking into account the normativity that contains not only the unit system but also the material, well, of course the unit system, the person who did this engineering draw, etc. But since I cannot find information about it, what I can assume is that these are millimeters, right? Remember that if I were the person who is going to duplicate, actually I am, or manufacture this engineering draw, or in this, well, not the engineering draw, the model within it, then I can assume that these are millimeters, right? And if there's any mistake, then the person who did the technical draw is going to assume the fault, right? I have to say that this was made by Luis Miguel Huerfano Garzón. Okay, so I'll start by creating this sketch. So I'm gonna start by mechanical design, part design. This is going to be the tutorial 13, I think, since this is the 13th tutorial within the channel. I'm gonna select the lateral view. Why is that? Because I want that this view to be my front view, right? So since this is the lateral, I'm gonna start creating this shape. So that's why I'm selecting that plane. Then I'm gonna create a shape that looks like the one we have there. Remember that I don't care about the dimensions yet. So right here I have something like this, like this, and like this. This is horizontal, so horizontal, that's all. I'm gonna create the dimensions for me to define the profile or the sketch, and I'm gonna create the same dimensions that we have within this view, right? I think that's all. I want to check why this is still in white. All right, there is one information needed, and it's this one. This is 65. How do I know that there's one missing? Well, because when it's defined, when actually it's correctly defined, the software is going to show me the lines in green, as you can see right here. So that means that I cannot move this line. All right, I can move it because the point is not in green though, right? The line is in green, that is why I cannot move it in this axis, but the point is not, so I can move it. All right, for example, this line I cannot move it to any direction, right? So That's why I'm new. And as you can see right here, everything is defined. Then I'm going to use the multi-constraint, edit multi-constraint, and I'm going to start changing the values that I just created. In this case, this is equal to 65. And as you can see, it is showing me in cyan the measures that I've changed, in orange the measures that I'm changing, that I'm currently changing, and in green dimensions that I've not changed yet, right? This is equal to 50, so 50, this is equal to 9, this is equal to 30, 21.5, I think, yep, 21.5, 25, and finally 25. Okay, that's all. I'm getting out of the sketch. Then I'm going to extrude it. Sorry. Then I'm going to extrude it using the path definition option. And I'm going to extrude it using this measure, 65. So 65. And that would be all. Then what I'm going to create is the hole. So I'm going to start by clicking on the face, creating a sketch perpendicular to the face right here. And I'm going to call within this sketch this line. So I'm going to project it using this tool, the project 3D elements. But I want that this, I'm going to call this 2. But I want that these two lines are stipulated for construction purposes. So okay, then I'm gonna click on this option that creates an axis. I'm gonna look for the exact middle of this line. Right here I have it. As you can see, this point is showing me that I'm touching the middle. And then what I want to do is to create this shape. So bear with me. I'm gonna deactivate this construction option. So right here, this is like this. This looks like a dovetail. And I'm going to start creating the constraints, right? From what I'm going to do is to say that between these 2 points that I just selected is going to be a symmetry line. That is going to be this one. What this does is that when I want to move this point, it is going to be created a symmetry between these 2 points, and that symmetry is with respect of this line. I'm going to do the same thing for this part, for these 2 points. And then all I have to do is to define the dimensions. Why did I do that of the symmetry line? Because I want that this shape is at the exact middle of this shape, right? So I mean, this shape has to be in the middle of this shape. So I'm changing this 47, this is equal to 45, and this is equal to 10. Okay, as you can see, this hole has to be generated along this axis in this direction. So bear with me while I try to know how to do this, because I truly don't remember. More profile, surface, normal to profile, reference. Okay, got it. As you can see right here, I have a first limit, but I just have to select more right here, and it appears the second limit. Then what I have to do is to deactivate this option of the direction, and I have to select one reference. The reference could be an axis, and an axis could be an edge, right? So I'm going to select this edge, and it is going to create the pocket along the axis that I just selected, in this case this edge. Then I want that this is to be generated up to next. So what it is doing is it is going to find the last phases across the model, and when it finds a final phase, in this case this one, it is going to stop, and that will be all. So okay, and that's all, guys. This is how you could have created this 3D model using Catia V5.